Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is July 14th, 2025. It's a beautiful 32 degrees outside here in Moncton, New Brunswick, and I'm in the garage next to my 2024 Hyundai Kona Electric. And why am I talking about this car? Well, people seem to like cars, apparently. I put out car videos all weekend because the Atlantic Nationals were in town, and lots of people are watching them. And that seems to be the running trend, so people seem to enjoy cars, so I thought, well, let's put a car in the video and maybe more people will watch it. All right, what are we gonna do today though? It's more of a relaxed day. We're gonna do some hobbies today. We're gonna soak some stamps. There's been an overwhelming amount of people that have been asking for me to show soaking of stamps. I'm not sure how exciting it is, but we're gonna do that. We also got a letter last week from Christian in Australia who sent some stamps, so I'll show you what he sent. I've got some binders of stamps downstairs that I want to organize by country so I can free up some Vario pages so I can sort those properly. We'll do a little of that. Today also is the 20th anniversary of Postcrossing, so we're going to send a card as well. I'll read out the profile, I'll show you the card that I selected. Maybe we'll even decorate it together. So that's my plan ahead. We're going to go inside the house and get started with that. Look, there's a car there. Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some warm water. I'm going to take this bin that my father has always used to soak stamps. We're going to fill it up. Well, not fill it up, but we're going to put the bottom at least an inch of water there so it's got something to go on. You can see it flowing and getting a little heavier. So we'll put that aside. I think that is enough water right there. Turn off the tap. We'll move it over to the island. There, the next thing we're gonna do, I said island, we're moving it to the table. We're gonna take some stamps that are on paper, put them face down in it. I have a variety of them that I've collected. So we'll just kind of go ahead and fill up that. Some of them are on cardboard backing, so we'll see which ones take and which ones don't for easy peeling off. Once I can fill up the tray, then we'll move on to doing something else while these soak. I usually let them sit for a few minutes. Doesn't matter, they can pile on top of each other a little bit too. As long as they're getting wet. Put another one in there. All right, so let's let those soak for a minute. Oh, we can throw a few more in there. Yeah, that one's got different backing. We're gonna see which ones of these soak off with the warm water and which of them we're gonna need to do something else with. Some of the adhesive ones, you can see these ones here, sometimes take a little bit more work. And is that water? That water's tepid, that's not really warm, but we'll start with that. Are you intrigued yet? Well, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. Well, last week, this plastic bag arrived, and in it, this envelope, which means that Canada Post was apologizing that somewhere along the way, the letter that was intended for me got damaged. So, do I have everything that Christian from Australia sent? I'm not sure. I'll show you what he did send, and you can see even the stamp here got torn, unfortunately. So as a collector, not one I'd necessarily keep, but if I don't already have the stamp, it would be a placeholder until I got that stamp. So I would do that. I'd take off the corner of this envelope and soak that off too. So we might do that. Well, let me show you. I put the stamps down here in front. You can see exactly what he did. And if there were duplicates, I just put them on top of each other. That's why there's two of these dairy stamps and a few more of this. I think there's 3 of them there. And then these ones here as well. We've got another 3 of those. This one here, very nice. You can see this one is going to be a part of another stamp that would go along right next to it. So maybe one day we'll get the other side of it. This is the James Bond car, for those of you that like cars. So from my childhood, you got the ejector seat button there on the side. That's not very ejector-like right now, but then there's this stamp. The James Bond card didn't come from Christian. It just happens to be there for those of you who are car people. And then this one. And then we have a toad. And then 3 or 4 of the 3-cent ones. And then a couple of the 2-cent ones. This one here could be flipped this way. We have a penguin, and we have a Superman truck. Have you guys seen the new Superman movie? I haven't yet, but I hear good things about it. So these are the stamps that were sent to me by Christian, so thank you very much. 20th anniversary of Postcrossing. Wow, 20 years. I've been doing it for 4. I started in 2021, of April of 2021, and have enjoyed it ever since. Jilly B and I started on the exact same day, and so she is one of the many friends that I have as a result of Postcrossing and now pen paling and YouTube. And so it only seemed right that on this day, when a lot of people are at meetups and doing wonderful things, there is a virtual Canadian meetup happening. I'm not able to attend. It's a little bit later in the evening, and for me, I work early in the morning, so I'm in bed by the time this Zoom call will happen. But for those of you that will be on it, I hope you have a great time. I hope someone else is representing New Brunswick on this call. I was approached too, because at the time they didn't have anybody from New Brunswick on it, but I'd been going through a few things personally at the time, and so I just didn't feel like I could commit to it. Now, could I stay up a little later? I might. I could have. Oh well, I won't, but everybody else have a great time. My part for Postcrossing today to celebrate the 20th anniversary is I pulled a profile. I will send one card today. I probably will do some more tomorrow, but I wanted to make sure I sent one at least today. So I pulled this profile, which is going to the Czech Republic. And it says, "Hello members, we are a family. We love animals. We have 13 chickens and 1 rooster. We have a dog named Max and other animals. Would be happy if you would send us a postcard. I don't write in your language with short, which means that they probably are keeping this very simple because English isn't their first language. I can appreciate what they've done so far. We like postcards with Disney characters, capybaras, chickens, tourist postcards, information about your country, dogs, your city, animals, nature, oceans, sea, your city history, funny postcards. Happy Postcrossing." Well, happy Postcrossing to everybody else out there. The card that I chose to send is this white-tailed deer. Now, on the back, it says that it comes from Maine, but we have lots of deer here. I actually saw 3 deer this morning when I was delivering the mail. I had just finished parking. 2 of them ran across the street. I heard someone blare their horn. I turned around, saw the deer run by my car. The 3rd deer was spooked by the horn and went back the opposite direction. So the 3 deer got separated. But at least they all they all survived. 2 of them on one side of the road, 1 on this side. So I thought it's very appropriate that I send a deer. I see deer almost every week on my route. And so yeah, let's send this postcard. We'll do a little decorating together. And then we'll go back and see how those stamps are doing that are soaking off. If we get a few of them off, we'll add a few more to the bin and soak a few more. All right, let's decorate this particular card. We'll flip that over. They said that they liked the ocean and the sea, so I want to start with some washi tape. And we're going to put that in the corner with the water downwards, the beach up. It is a good time to be at the beach with this 32 degrees weather. It's going to be upwards of near 40, I think, almost tomorrow or Wednesday. But it looks like it's going to stay warm right through until about Friday. I'm hoping that we get warm weather and dry weather on the weekend because it's going to be the Busker Festival here in town. So it would be really nice if it could be beautiful for that. We're going to add another piece of washi tape here too. We'll continue on just like that. And give us a meadow. So that's where the deer would probably run if they had the chance. They most likely won't be on the beach. Now, this family says that they like animals, so I want to put a bunch of animals on this card. So maybe some things that we'd find down here. How about a raccoon? We've got raccoons here. We've got squirrels. What else can we find that might be in this? Oh, well. Would it not be Canadian without a beaver? Let's put a beaver on here. Some woodland creatures happening there. We'll even put a little tree that, and it is a little tree compared to the size of that beaver. Ta-da-da. Put a little flower up behind the raccoon. And then I think I'm just gonna do a single stamp to save room for other things. So let's put a single stamp up there, and the address will fit in about there. So let's put the airmail sticker there. Move that back out of the way. So that is complete for that section. Address, message. What can we put in the corner? We've got some animals. They said they like Disney. And I like being a little goofy. So let's put Goofy up in the corner. And why not add Mickey Mouse in there too? Give it that Disney vibe. Where do we want that? Oh, we'll put it right next to Goofy. Nothing too special. Oh, you can see the sticker got torn a little bit, unfortunately. Now let's just clip the edges. All the little stickers that overhang. I'll have to clean the scissors because they're going to be full. There, we've clipped the overhang. And we have room for the address, and then I can fill in there. So hopefully they will enjoy this card to celebrate the 20th, and I might put on their 20th anniversary or something too. Let's see. Let's try one of these ones first. So I take a knife with a real straight edge on it that I can slide in behind if it's done. See how it's lifting a little bit there? We don't want to tear the stamp, but there is a bit of gum residue. Turn it around. I can get rid of that. And then I can slide the knife along, see if we can get that gum residue off. If not, I will spray it with something else to do it, just so I don't affect the back of the stamp. You can see most of it's come off there. I'll put it here on a drying sheet. And if it's real nice, there's, see that one there, slides off beautifully. And that's just water. You don't need to pay for anything expensive solutions to get stamps off. You can see this one here, it's separated already from the page just by soaking. So most of the time, ta-da, the stamp's already come off. That's all you need to do. Sometimes the stamps are a little trickier and you're gonna have to use a different solution to get it off. You can see it pulls off really nicely there just by sliding the knife underneath. These forever stamps sometimes have more issues, but you can see here how the knife is easily getting under it. Actually, the gum residue is coming off pretty nicely there too. The one problem you might have is curling. See how it's go up there? So some people use press books. I don't have such a thing, but I know some people do use it. You can put paper towel on one side, just put a heavy book on top. This one's gonna need more soaking. It's not ready to come off. One nicely done. Some are coming off easier than others, and some I know the thickness of the paper. Oh, these ones coming off right away. Well, those ones I need to separate because they're two different stamps. And if it's Not quite ready yet. I'm gonna peel off the rest of that paper and put it back in the water to continue to soak. There's a couple other ones. Nice big stamp, easily came off. This is something you can easily do in the background while you're doing other things. Just soak off the stamps while you're writing a postcard or sorting stamps or playing with your car collection. You might have something like that going on, or you could build a Lego set. There's all sorts of fun things you can do while these are just doing their own thing sitting in the water. Here from Hong Kong, slid right off. So the rest of these need a little bit more time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a few more stamps to soak. And then we'll go off and do something else. I think we will sort some stamps downstairs. I'll just fill the water back up again with stamps. Giving the original things a little bit more time there. That's enough. So let's venture down here where I have been doing a little bit of sorting of my stamps. Hey, look, cars and trucks of the Lego variety and a group. So you can see here on the table, I've got a few things on the go. In this binder here, I've got stamps. Some of them are sorted by the style, and I may leave those ones like these, I may leave those in the pages, but the other ones are just loosely in there by region. So if I take them all out of here, it might free up a few more pages so I can sort them into binders like this, that I've got all my African countries, for example, are in here. Not all my father's countries, but, and then I've got a bunch of European ones in here. So if I can sort these out a little bit, then I'll have more room because I'll have a few more Vario pages to put into these books and those binders over there, which are also sorted. And this stuff needs to be sorted. And look, more cars. Here I've gone through, I've taken out a bunch of German stamps that were in there loosely. And here is my page where it ends. I mean, these are all German stamps before that. But what I want to do is open that up, take a new clean Vario page, fill in my German ones here, add it to the album there, and then that means I've freed up something in this book. So that's what I'm going to do next. There, they're all added in. Now you might be saying, these aren't in Scott order, they're not in any particular order. You're right, they're not. They're just sorted by country at this point. At some point in the future when I have more time, I will go back through and put them in some sort of more organized fashion. But right now what I want to do is separate them by country, and then I can know where I've got duplicates so I can trade them with other people or send them off to other stamp collectors. That's what I'm working on right now. And then I know I've freed up another section, and I'll continue to go through this book as time permits and keep doing that until I run out of Vario pages. That brings me back to the water once again, and you can see the stamps. They're sliding off. I can bring my knife in and peel underneath that too. Get that one to lift. The paper is disintegrating, so I think we're gonna be good standing to get that off. Now, if it doesn't work, what do we do? Well, let me go in here. Let me reach up here and get a can of this. Pure citrus. That's what I use mostly. I use Goo Gone sometimes, but this smells really good. If you like the smell of oranges, this one's perfect. And all you have to do, let me see if I can find a singular stamp. This one should work by itself, but let's do this. Say we got a stamp that's not behaving itself. I'm gonna spray that down there. I'm gonna spray that there. It smells like oranges. And then I get my trusty knife. Let's see if this will work in this format. Hopefully, like magic. So this stamp has not been soaked by water. It just slides right off like that. That product works great on adhesive stamps and only takes seconds to work. So I would use water first, and then any ones you have difficulty with, spray with this stuff. There, I've given you some options what you can do with your hobbies while you're soaking stamps. Stamps can be soaked all day long. So what are you gonna do while they're soaking? You can write a postcard. You can sort some stamps you've already pre-soaked before and that are now ready to be put in albums. You can sort them by Scott number and put them in your albums, or Stanley Gibbons number, whatever you happen to be using, or another catalog, of course. Or you can play with your cars, because lots of people like cars, right? Whether they're Ferraris or whatever you have, you can do that. You can build a Lego set. You can do laundry, you can do the dishes, you can watch a television program, because it doesn't really matter. The stamps are doing their own thing in the water, and just every once in a while, get up, check them. If they're ready, slide them off, put them on something that can dry. After they're dried, put them in something maybe that will press them. If they're sticky at all, make sure you put some baking soda on them, or use some of that pure citrus. Scrape off the extra goo that's on them. You don't want your stamps being sticky when they go into pages. So you want them to be as clean as possible. And if you do put baking soda on them, make sure you wipe it off after so your pages don't get covered and so it's just enough to get rid of the adhesive on the back. That's it. Those are your tips for today. If you just want to enjoy a relaxing day and work on some of your hobbies, whatever they happen to be, whether you're crocheting or knitting, whether you're skydiving, well, I guess maybe skydiving not gonna work, but you get what I'm getting at. So enjoy your day, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Bye. And yes, this is a bucket of dinky cars that I've had since I was a little kid. Some of them have been added too because I've given cars to my children as they got older. So this is a relatively new car compared to what I would have had as a child. You can see the child cars are beat up, the ones that I had when I was a little kid. There's a nice Aston. Very English car. Probably got this when I was in England at one point in time. You can see the steering wheel is on the opposite side from the American or North American cars. Yeah, so that's what I was using to make sure that people are watching.